All right, welcome to another episode of Staying Connected, where we explore the depths of self, people around us, and our environment. We hope to uncover the life lessons and advice, meaningful relationships, and to learn more about one another through open and honest conversations. How's it going, guys? I'm Kenny.
And I'm Scott. So today we're gonna talk a little bit more about successes, our favorite successes, successes that led to failure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So Kenny, you have a favorite success? Could be personal, could be career.
Okay. Uh, I mean, I guess if we have time, I have two success stories, personal and career. Um, I'll share kind of a little bit about each. So starting off with my career. So I guess for me, I work in, I guess, a news station. So growing up as a little kid, I was always glued to the TV, specifically with news. And yeah, throughout the years, I've always tried to learn more about working in news, and um, I specifically love weather. So, from like 7 years old all the way to, I guess, now, um, yeah, it took me a long way to kind of educate myself on, yeah, like the weather and just working in news. And yeah, so it wasn't really till, let's see, 2 years ago where I jumped into this position of working for my dream news station. And from there, yeah, so it's just a little bit more backstory of it. Uh, yeah, so wait, I'm just
Can you
thinking.
talk about why you like the weather growing
Yeah,
up? Why you wanna?
so I don't know, growing up in Hawaii, it was the weather here, it constantly changes. Although we don't have four seasons here, we do have rain, we have thunder, lightning, sunshine, but it changes constantly. Every single hour, there's always something different happening. So that's what I found pretty intriguing, in addition to like the surf here and just the winds. And hurricane season is also a pretty popular, eventful type of season that we all look forward to, which is
Definitely.
currently right now. So that was something that I wanted to kind of learn more on, and yeah, get advice from just anybody working in that industry. And I guess, yeah, some of the steps that I took to get to where I'm at right now included interning, like as a high school student, in like these small news magazine type of businesses, and kind of improve on my writing skills. And yeah, and then throughout college, just taking classes on writings, public speaking, um, and yeah, just watching more news and seeing how their behaviors are, just how confident they are when it comes to, well, weather. It's like they can say anything about the weather, and um, yeah, everybody likes to tune in and figure out.
You
Like,
want to be like them.
kind of like, yeah, I want it to be like that. I'm currently not like that, but I'm working in the company that I really was hoping to get into. So yeah, the weatherman at the current station that I work at was my role model growing up. Like, I've always watched him, and to be able to work alongside, not like super close, but in the same building, is such a gifting opportunity. And I just hope that I can continue to build that relationship and learn as much as I can while I'm working there. And yeah, working in media, we all have there's like a bad rep.
Yeah,
There's like two
definitely.
sides. There's two sides to it. So it's definitely something that you really have to understand, that there's going to be two sides to everything. And I guess, we have this term called fake news and all of that. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's the reality of it. And, it was always my passion and goal to kind of learn the industry and possibly later on, start teaching it, like teaching journalism or any sort of media type courses for like high school students, especially, just to give them a good exposure to, news and media.
So your favorite success is just getting into the news station because it would open up different opportunities, mentorship, different leeways for you to pursue, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I was hesitant at first into getting into this industry because, of course, like the reputation of it, it's,
Yes.
yeah. So, but, at the end of the day, I just look back on my childhood and kind of just thought about, how fascinating it would be to do something that you've always dreamed of doing. And now every time I step into the office, it is, just so surreal. I just feel like, wow, I'm actually working here. And I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for growth there.
And I know we talked offline about it, but maybe you can go into more details about if being a weatherman, being on TV is something in the near future, or like, what's next? What will be your next success, if you were to get it?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like, I've only been at the news station for just well, let's say a little over 2 years. And everybody that's been working there, they've been there for, ever since I wasn't even born. So
you gotta put in the time, huh?
Yeah. So yeah.
You're a baby.
Yes. They consider me the baby of the station because I'm one of the youngest, and there's a lot of room to learn, and I mean, I'm in front of a camera right now, so it's good practice. But then when you're kind of like in front of live television, that's a different story. You really have to have your words, you would have to do all your research and report right then and there, because it's the thing that I love about this business is that it's definitely ongoing, and it's very on the spot kind of thing. You have to like really think there, and also just you really have to improvise as well, learning how to deal with distractions and all of that. So that's what I find intriguing. It's just, it's kind of like unscripted, pretty much. You just have to go with the flow. And with weather, hurricane season, that's a really interesting thing because you don't know how the weather's going to be in like tomorrow. So and I guess during a hurricane, you would have to report that, and it's a lot of work put into a couple minutes of being on TV. Yeah. So
do you want to be that guy like right in the middle of the storm or the rain, like hey guys, reporting live, it is pouring over here.
I mean, that would be pretty fun. At the same time, dangerous, but there's a lot of action, and I find that pretty exciting.
No, there's that one guy that he's in the middle of things. He's showing the action. He or she are describing what's going on. And then there's the other guy that's behind a green screen that's like doing that. Is it the same guy? Or is it the same position? Or is like the one behind the green screen higher? Or is the one on the field higher? Like, whoa.
Yeah, it's an interesting tier level. But at the same time, everybody is moving around as much as possible, and they wear different hats. like with technology, that's you not only have TV, but you also have like podcasts to do,
Mm-hmm.
and also just any sort of social media content that you would have to do it on your own kind of thing. So it's kind of expanded throughout the years with the evolution of social media and podcast.
I feel like there's a lot that regular people don't know about media because they're just exposed to the stereotypes and
Mm-hmm.
what other people say about media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to be informed about the truth because there's so many cogs and gears about what makes a news media station. There's so many different parts, and there's
Yeah.
people working, and it's good to know all of that.
And yeah, there's always going to be two sides to everything, and um, you're just kind of like the middleman. You can't really choose a side, because then it's just that's the business of it. It's just you can't really pick sides. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there is kind of like that question of that
Delicate balance.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome,
but
man. That's a
yeah,
great success.
would
Great
you
success.
would you work in news after hearing all of that?
Maybe
Do you
not
watch the
major.
news?
Me,
Do you watch news?
I briefly listen to like the updates, but then I don't like keep listening to like the stories people tell
Mhm.
because I think that's when the stories kind of like divulge into like or diverge into an agenda or a story that they want to tell. I
Yeah,
care just more about the facts and everything, like what happened, who got
yeah,
involved, and like what was the context, rather than like a bias towards either side.
mhm,
So I feel like the longer I listen to the news, I know that there's a hidden agenda behind everything. So,
mhm.
but hopefully, when you start your own station one day, I
Yeah,
probably want to watch that because I know integrity and character is who you are,
mhm.
and it will reflect with your news station as well. So, like this is what I envision news to be ideally. It's like something happens. Here's the context. Okay, let's bring two people or like a group or together and we talk like maybe they have different opposing views. And instead of yelling over each other, we just have a conversation. Okay, this is where I'm at. This is where the other party's at. Okay, what can we do to understand each other better? Or can we come together to solve this problem, as a team? Because this problem is bigger than just one group or another. It's a collective issue between humans. That's why I would love to see like two groups coming together, talking it out. I might not agree with you or disagree with anything you say, but I understand you, and let's try to solve this together.
Oh
Is
yeah,
hopefully one day is what I envision. News that would make me really enjoy watching news. The collaboration, the understanding, the human element of everything.
mhm.
So one day, hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully, it's definitely a concept that would grow a lot and would impact the world in such a key way. Just getting both sides to this to any sort of issue, and just getting educated on what the thought
Mm-hmm.
process behind each group is. Would
That's
be
so important that what you just mentioned right there, the thought process of each group. Imagine you're like a minority and you have kids, right? And then they see their group being represented on like big media news and having their opinion matter and having their solutions considered, having them be part of the solution instead of them standing on the side. Like as for if I was a little kid, if I had kids, I would want my kids to see that like, no, look, you can make a difference in the world. Your opinion matters. But the only way to do that is to get to know each other and to work together, because the only way we can do it is, with one another, side by side. So, man.
yeah. at the end of the day, yeah, it's all about working together because that's just one big solution to kind of help fix our issues that's happening right now. So yeah,
When you start your media news thing, I would definitely
yeah,
support it if that's your vision and goal.
mm-hmm. Yeah. In the long run, I will. My goal in the long run is to just educate the youth on like media and also just expose them to these platforms because media is growing over time and who knows what technology is going to evolve to, let's say 20, 30 years from now. um, and like right now, I mean, I see a lot of youth these days speaking up. I mean, whether it's through like social media and all that, but just understanding that, understanding the issues that's happening right now, and hopefully later on having that capability to teach more about media and utilizing all of that.
Um, I completely agree. And this could be like another episode in itself, but this
Yeah.
is such an important topic for everyone to understand and talk about.
Mhm.
There's so much, like you said, fake news, and there's so much misconceptions about everything. So it's good to have conversations like this, especially with someone in the industry.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to get too distracted with everything that's going on, though. Sometimes you just have to like turn off your phone, turn off the TV, just to kind of like recuperate from everything that's happening. But yeah, it's the reality of the society we live in today. Just everything, so much happening right now. Working in this industry has opened a lot of opportunities just to network with different people, and um, that's pretty key. And just understanding different perspectives on everything going on. So
Mm.
yeah. How
Awesome.
about
Well,
yourself? I know I had like another personal success story, but how about yourself?
mm, personal success. So I think the turning point in my life actually came off of a major failure. It's more of a personal thing. It came right after, like, I was in, I believe it's like 6, 7 years ago. Like, my girlfriend just cheated on me, and then, like, long story short, like, it was both parties. I can't sit here and tell you, it was completely her fault. No, it's definitely mine too. We each play a part, and then we grew apart, and then things happen, and we lost trust, and she lost faith in me. So she did what she had to do, and I had to do what I had to do, which was accept reality and hit rock bottom. So for the first couple of months, I was pretty damn sad because that was like the first time you get cheated on, and hopefully whoever's listening, or you never get cheated on, but it's not a great feeling. It's like a feeling of you're not good enough, that this person had to go find someone else, to make them feel good. But after a couple months went by, the success came from forgiving myself, because at the time I was just beating myself up for no reason. You weren't a good boyfriend, you weren't a good best friend, you weren't a good listener, you weren't there when she needed you. You could have been better, you could have been smarter, you should have done this, you should have done that. But after forgiving myself for what happened, I was able to find a little success, by forgiving myself, that it's okay that all that happened, it happened for a reason, and now the only way to go is straight up, making progress. So the next success I had was, you know what, I'm gonna go exercise again, because I stopped exercising and I looked like crap and I felt like crap. And so there's a direct correlation with exercise and how you feel. So I started exercising, like 10 minutes a day. Then I don't feel like it. But those little wins, those little successes, it eventually accumulated to a bigger success. Like, since I feel better now, I'm going to exercise some more. And then eventually I told myself, hey, let's develop a new skill. Let's build some confidence. Let's work on your communication, your public speaking. Let's talk to some new friends. Let's reconnect with some friends. I joined a business club when I was going to college, and it helped me achieve most of my goals of networking, developing public communication, public speaking, some good friends that I met, some career connections that allow me to get new jobs and work on myself. So it was just those little things, I back then, of course, I couldn't see it, but in hindsight, right, it's so clear that no one's really gonna care about you like you care about you. So, and people can tell you, oh, this is just, this is temporary, and it's not gonna last, and you can do better. Know where the next person is gonna be great. Yeah, they're saying that, but then you personally going through that, you don't believe it, because at the time, you're just doubting yourself so much. So my favorite success was just telling myself, it's okay, forgive yourself, and let's take it one day at a time. And eventually I stopped feeling sorry for myself and we hopped aboard on the train towards Progressville. And yeah, it just started from there. My confidence started to go up again, met new people, developed new skills. Of course, I still messed up, but the difference is my mindset is shifted, because before, every time I failed at something, I would always beat myself up. It's always my fault, or I'm sorry, it was always the other person's fault. I never took accountability. So, now going forward from that incident, anytime I fail, it's like, it's just a minor setback. Let me learn from this, and then I'm gonna get even better. So it definitely set me up for future successes when I learned to forgive myself, and I learned to make more mistakes, because it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Nice. I mean, very personal right there. It's kind of like, the healing process that you kind of just reflected on. It did take time. So like, yeah, from the breakup to, or from the moment you found out she was cheating on you to, I guess, the moment you decided to tell yourself, I'm gonna change my lifestyle and all that. What's the time range, or how long did it take you to?
Oh boy. I think it definitely took like more than 2 months, man. I was just in the gutters for a while. Like, food tastes like crap. I don't know why I kept listening to sad songs. I guess they were relatable. I don't know, that one song by NSYNC, I Drive Myself Crazy.
Oh yes.
Like, for some reason, I play that on repeat, and then like I just messed myself up, and then I transitioned to like the next level of just being mad at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just not a good phase, from like being sad to being mad, and like just going back and forth between that.
Isn't it interesting how like our habits, like listening to those kind of music or eating different kinds of food, really affects our just performance? So it really took a lot of effort for you to kind of just internally tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna get back into working out, eating healthy, and all of that. It's definitely a healing process. So I mean, praise you for it. It's just for making that internal message to yourself. It's like, because from that time, did you try to reach out to other people, like on advice, or
like I was afraid to reach out to people for some weird reason, because I felt ashamed in the fact that like I wasn't as good as a man or as a partner as I should. So in a way, I wanted to hide my weakness. I wanted to hide the fact that I wasn't good enough. I wanted to get better first, and then tell people, I know everything's all cool. You know, I moved on. I wanted to show my strong side to everyone. I wanted to project the image that everything was all good. You know, I'm doing just fine. I'm rock solid. Confidence is sky high. The breakup didn't faze me at all. So I think I definitely stunned and delayed my progress by doing so, because the moment I told some of my friends, it was like a relief off of my shoulders. You know, it felt very liberating to tell people my thought process and then what I'm gonna do, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So in a way, they kept me accountable for, you know, all the steps that I was gonna take. And you know, even though they told me, you know, everything's gonna be all right, the fact that I told myself that everything's going right was probably more important. But it's always nice to have people there. You know, even if they don't give you advice, they can just listen. And I think that's just as important.
Yeah, listening is definitely important, and yeah, just being there for support. And yeah, it's something that eventually we all go through. It's not like the best experience ever, but it's also just it's a learning experience to grow and to build your character. Um, Knowing yourself and your just internal strength to become better than you were yesterday. And yeah, just keep on telling yourself that, yeah, at the end of the day, you're a good person. And there's always going to be somebody out there that um, is going to deserve you, kind of thing.
All me,
Yeah.
all me.
Yes. Yes. Because, you're a good guy. You're very inspiring. And um, yeah, based on our talks, it is always just, it's very uplifting. And every conversation is kind of like you leave with just the confidence to believe in yourself and to just continue doing that and inspiring others to do the same. So,
You know, I want to make a quick comment on, you know, you mentioned character and being a good person. Because I think like after something traumatic as that, it's so easy to just get really mad. And then like I easily could have been like, you know what, like no, she's not gonna break up with me, and go to her house and like break her car and like hurt her or whatever. You know,
yeah.
because it's so easy to do that, because you know you have the power to do so. But is this is these types of traumatic events that really show, you know, what you're made of. And
Mhm.
I'm very grateful and that I had the character to, you know, hold my head high and just accept all the blame and all the faults, because you know it could have went the other way. And you know, anytime there's stress like that, you get to see your
Mhm.
character, you get to see your values, you get to see your
Yeah.
principles. And for a lot of people, they don't have that. So what do they resort to? Violence, you know, the
Just
name calling. So
it's very unhealthy
I'm
and yeah, just dangerous. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad that you took more of the more effective route rather than using violence or any sort of who knows what that could have made the situation worse. And
right.
I mean, yeah, that brings us here today. It's like talking about it and reflecting on what happened because, there's probably someone out there dealing with this same situation like right now and they're trying to figure out exactly how to cope with all of this.
Right.
uh, they might have a different personality and all that, but just understanding how you went through this process is effectively is definitely helping. And yeah, if you're listening out there, it's not the end of the world. You just have to kind of tell yourself like, there's more out there, and just have confidence and just believe in yourself that you'll be better than you were yesterday.
You're a lot stronger than you think you are, even if you don't think of it currently.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
something that it's always been close to heart. But I really want to hear your second success
Yeah.
story.
Well, I guess, well, growing up, I grew up in a musical family, but so my dad was a musician and he would always influence us into like getting into music, learning an instrument, learn how to sing kind of thing. But yeah, I would say like throughout high school, I was never really interested. But let's say, yeah, senior year, that's when I kind of decided to start picking up music. And I guess over the years, yeah, just my success story is just being able to compose and write my own music. Um, and it is something that, like instead of writing a journal or like, um, I mean, of course I do write a journal, but putting my thoughts into music was something that really helped me out. And just being able to learn a new instrument or learn a new hobby kind of thing, which turned into a passion, has, yeah, just helped me grow as an individual. And yeah, I'm just continuing to write music and all that. And a lot of my music really reflects on, of course, my past experiences and just sending just positive messages out to the world, finding different issues happening. And um, like I wrote a song about this this relationship that I had that never really grew, which I wish it grew into. Um, and I guess the latest one that I wrote, it talks about mental health. So I mean, mental health is kind of like
It was beautiful.
yeah. So it's kind of like our theme. I guess during this time, it really tested my ability to get back into writing because I haven't written in a while. But um, yeah, when you're in that writing process, you just have to clear your mind and just think about just what you're truly feeling within. So
Mhm.
I guess yeah, the latest song that I wrote is my success story because it's called Lighthouse. Talks about mental health and having that support group that's there to just um, help guide the way for you during dark times. And you know, going back to your story about the breakup, it's definitely a healing process to go through that breakup, but and it's yeah, it takes a toll on your mentality. You don't think straight, and sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Um, and yeah, for the most part, I hope this song is kind of like a message or reflection of like that experience or just any kind of dark experiences that we've all been through at some point. So yeah, it's definitely a personal song because yeah, I mean, I feel like for my personality, I do get anxiety here and there. Um, so this song really reflected on my character and yeah, just building from there. So letting my thoughts and just putting it into music is like very therapeutical.
Yeah, I seen from like painting to taking walks on the beach or
Yeah,
sharing memes or whatever. We need to detach from our crazy work life and just have time for ourselves and just reflect and think and just be still, like have nothing in your mind and just do one of the things that you love. And
yeah, or something that you just have been dying to learn, like anything.
play
Again,
the
like
piano.
yeah, there you go. I mean, just take a couple minutes of your day to just jam out as much as you can.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. No, you're absolutely correct. It's like I have a lot of I don't have a lot of time. So like at night when I have like 5-10 minutes, I'll
Mm.
just play a few songs and he'll write about how it's so therapeutic. It's like I feel amazing. I feel like because when I would sit down to play the piano, I'm just like so tight and
Mm.
like for all the stress throughout the day. But once I start playing, it's just like I'm so relaxed and I'm
Yeah,
breathing and I'm like becoming one with music and it's just a very euphoric feeling, you know,
it
when you're
is.
just jamming.
It really takes your mind off of just the day-to-day things you're dealing with, and um, but yeah, it's putting your putting your effort and time into doing it is key.
Awesome.
Uh,
Um, so let's move forward to the future and give yourself some advice. Let's say 10 years in the future, like what should that person do to be successful? And what do you think success will look like for your future self? Could be a one
um,
word answer, it could be a short sentence.
yeah. Um, I would say never compare yourself with anybody else. I would give that advice because yeah, just everybody has different lives, and you shouldn't be comparing your life to someone else's because they have a different story. You have a different story, and all that. So, and the biggest, yeah, I mean, the biggest competition in life is yourself.
Yourself's so important. For myself, I think in 10 years in the future, I should have a kid. Um, I, I hope. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah,
where I'm at with it.
think of it as like, what would you tell your kid, like growing
I don't know. That kid will probably be like what, 2 or 3 years old.
up?
Still pretty dumb, but no, hopefully intelligent and can speak
Mhm.
multiple languages. But
Mhm.
I think success for me would be if I'm continuing to challenge myself and same as today, continue to challenge myself, continue not being afraid of fail because I think as we get older, a lot of people they get comfortable and they get stagnant and because then like they by then you've accomplished a lot and
Mhm.
you have kids now. It's time to settle down, right, and enjoy life. But for me, enjoying life means still putting in the work, still improving myself in different aspects because I'm still not very good at the things that I think I'm good at. So
Yeah.
I need to keep working. I need to work even harder. I need to work more efficiently because I have to take care of my kid now, I have to take care of my
Mhm.
wife, girlfriend,
Wow.
fiance, I don't know. But keep at it. You're constantly on the path and it never stops. And keep failing, even though you're older, there's so many things in life that
Yeah.
you need to work at and who knows what you'll discover by failing and by doing. So 10 older year old me, stay on the path, stay
Yeah.
fit, stay handsome, stay connected.
There you go. The end. Done.
Yeah.
No.
Awesome. So yeah, that was a great time. Let's go ahead and jump to our recommendation of the week. Could be a book, a resource, a
Okay.
title,
All
a
right.
tip, a quote. You got something for us?
All right. So reflecting back on my personal story about writing music and just music in general, my recommendation is to just create a playlist that will soothe or calm you at the end of the day.
Mm.
You know, music really heals. I mean, yeah, just having your like top 10 list of songs that would really help calm you kind of thing would, like, even before you sleep, just listen to those songs, listen to the lyrics, um, get motivation from them. And yeah, there's a lot of inspiring songs out there. For me, I guess my top song is by Andy Grammer. Keep Your Head Up. Just the lyrics itself. It's a fun song, at the same time very inspirational, and yeah, it's something that you can just listen to anytime, anywhere, any day. Um, so yeah, just create that playlist whenever you can.
Do send that to me.
I
I'd like to
will.
hear it. So I highly recommend getting a massage gun.
Hey.
Life changing. My goodness. It's like you can get a regular massage, but it's like $90 every, or like
Yeah.
56. I don't know. It's expensive. This basically takes care of all that. So like you have a tight muscle, it does the, all you need to do is just hold it, and it within like a minute or two, you'll feel so much better. You know, it's like getting a massage, but then it's so much cheaper, and it promotes blood flow.
Yeah.
It gets helps you with all the knots, and makes you feel so much better, because ideally anytime you get an injury or a knot or something tight in your muscle, you want to promote that blood flow, so the new blood can come in and wash away all the extremities and
Yeah.
make it all better. So especially for people that sit in offices like me, like traps and shoulders will get really sore, boom, for a minute each side, walk out feeling
There
fresh.
you go.
Keep in mind, it's only temporary, so you still need to do other stretches and do that daily, but you feel good, you perform good, and then if you perform good, they pay good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm gonna have to borrow that, rent it out for the weekend.
That's for sure. So if I got this like for like, I believe $100 off of like this, of like AliExpress. I do not recommend paying the full $200 for the mainstream price. It's the same thing, but cheaper. So.
I gotta try it out. I've always seen it.
I'll bring.
Yeah, I've always seen it, and I've never tried it myself, but
next time I'll bring it to you.
All right, next gathering. Until next time, you guys, continue to stay connected. Gathering.
Rowing
together. Yeah.